Hello and welcome back to Up the Villa podcast. If you are new to our channel, subscribe, drop this video a like and get involved in the comment section down below. The comment section goes off like a fan forum every single episode. It's absolutely fantastic to see so many of you getting involved. You can share your teams on social media. You can visit our website and put your teams for the Spurs game on social media. So go ahead and do that. And if you can hit the like button, it helps push our videos further onto YouTube. So if you are enjoying our content, just hit that like button and show your support to the channel. We do have a members button, a join button, where you can be a member of Up the Villa podcast for $1.99 a month. All the money goes back into better equipment and just help supporting the channel. So we've got quite a few of you that are members at the minute as well. So thank you very much for that. So Spurs v Aston Villa. Really looking forward to the game now. I've had a good few days to talk about what we've seen in the Liverpool game, and now our attention has moved on to Spurs. I'm really looking forward to it, looking forward to seeing how we perform. I'm just looking forward to the journey on how we grow, and we've started doing a few more transfer hubs, so those rumours are now starting to fly in. So it's really exciting. It's exciting times to be a Villa fan. I'm really looking forward to the start of the new year. We've got, a vast amount of games at home. We've got the Cup game. We've got Wolves. So I'm really looking forward to getting back down Villa Park. And I'm absolutely loving creating the Aston Villa content again. I just absolutely love doing this. So I love talking about Villa. So cheers for everybody that's been supporting the channel, getting involved and everything like that. So thank you very much. So let's delve into it then. Let's have a little look at what we can expect the team to be for Tottenham versus Aston Villa. But first, I'm going to go off topic a little bit here. I was watching Manchester City versus Leeds, and what they were doing with their defence was, it was class. And I've heard about what they've been doing with their centre-backs and full-back. And I just really saw it yesterday, and I saw how good it was working. So what they were doing is, they had the young Lewis as right back, and when Manchester City were in possession of the ball, he would go into central midfield, and the whole defence would pan across the pitch like this. So we're basically playing with Akanji, Stones as centre backs, and it was just fantastic to see how in possession their right back fills into midfield. So I just thought that was just class. Tactically, it was brilliant, and I thought Man City were class against Leeds, to be fair. So, I just thought I'd just show you that little tactic that I saw, because it was just fantastic how it was working and developing. So, really, really good. Right, so back onto the main team, Aston Villa. I'm expecting some changes, Villa fans. I am expecting some changes to the lineup. I think we need to go back to being full strength. As it stands, we don't know where Martinez is. I don't feel like currently he's back in England. I'm not too sure. But I think if he's back in England, if he trains for 3 days, he goes straight back into the starting lineup for me. We saw Hugo Lloris was on the bench for Spurs against Brentford. I imagine if Martinez can train well for a few days, then I think he would be back in this side, because although Olsen did good, Olsen was fine against Liverpool, I felt. Wasn't as bad as what I expected him to play like. We have to get back to full strength as quick as possible now. I've seen a few things of the players that have played at the World Cup and the players that haven't played at the World Cup. And I just feel like we need to just get back into structure, back into a routine. If he's fit and available to play, he goes straight into that side for me. So I'm going to put him in there because if he's fit, if he's ready, he's straight back in. Right back, we are going to go with Matty Cash. I'm not too sure why he wasn't starting the game against Liverpool. He started against Villa. No, he came on against Villarreal. So I imagine he's got to be ready for a start surely soon. So I'm going to put Matty Cash back in there. And we are going to go with Luca Dean as well. I think it's important that the fullbacks and the centre-backs are on it, because we know if we do persist with the high line, that there's going to be through balls coming in between these channels. In between these channels, Son peeling off, Kane through balls if you're playing that high line. So we've got to really be switched on. I feel like we had our warm-up against Leeds. We knew the dangers of the high line and we got done with it basically. So it's important now that we learn. We go back to the drawing board. We have a look at the videos. We see what we should be doing and we don't make those mistakes again, because we can't be peppered with those through balls and we can't have our faces running at our own goal too much as defenders. We need our backs to the goal. So I think that's important. I think we're going to stick with Tyrone Mings and Ezri Konsa. I felt like Mings had a decent game. So that would be my defence for the game against Spurs. Double pivot, we're going to go with Dougie Luiz. Why can't I find Luiz? There we go. Dougie Luiz. And we're going to go with Boubacar Kamara. So the double pivot started to work really well. It started to tick. It started to motor against Liverpool. And it looked really good. We were churning the ball. We was playing the ball out wide. We was playing it into our forwards. And it started to work really well. I know Justin in the match preview alluded to the fact that we've got to win the midfield battle, and I do think we have to. If Bentancur comes back in, he's a really good central midfielder. Højbjerg likes to goal against Aston Villa. He's a really good central midfielder as well. So it's important that this midfield really has a grip on the game. We're not sure where Ramsey is. I presume Ramsey, this game would be too soon. He didn't make the bench against Liverpool. So I'm going to stick with Emi Buendia. And I feel like I've not gave Buendia stick. I've just gave Buendia constructive criticism as a football fan. Now, I'm not getting on to him because I'm just sort of like hating on him and just saying he's rubbish and he needs, he's got to go or stuff like that. I see a good player in Emi Buendia. There's characteristics that I really like in Emi Buendia. One of the biggest characteristics that I really like is that he's not afraid to play the ball forward. But what I would say is that the top players know when to play the ball forward at the right moments of time. And then it works, it pays off. I think Buendia at times overforces things. I think sometimes he could just play a little bit more simple, give and go, and then make a run forward. I think sometimes he gets the ball and he feels like he's got to make that killer pass straight away. And I think sometimes, yes, sometimes you have to do that. I remember Brentford away last season, the ball into Danny Ings, prime example. We went 1-0 up. That is playing it early. But then I think sometimes just relax, calm down, play a little bit simple, build your way into the game, have a few nice touches, and then the confidence will start going. I think when there's a confidence player, and you can see on the football pitch, like you could see against Liverpool, at times he was getting annoyed with himself. And I don't mind that on the football pitch because it shows that he cares. It shows that there's the passion there. But I don't mind him doing that. But then go and win that ball back. Show the fight and hunger and determination to then go and improve in that football match. And, sometimes he kicks the floor or he throws his arms around. And I just feel like that's okay. I can tell he really cares about Villa, and I can tell that he really wants to do really well. But I think turn it round a little bit psychologically and just then harness that, go and fight for the team, and sometimes just play it a little bit more simple. So that's what I would say. And I really want him to do really well. So I'm trying to G him up a little bit to just get him to he just needs to just believe in himself and just we all know that there's a really good player there. Every Villa fan will look at it and say, you know what, he's decent, but he's just not showing it, and he's not getting the goals and he's not getting the assists. And I know players like Mings get a lot of stick, McGinn gets a lot of stick, but I just think, and personally, I want to see more from Buendia. I want to see more. I want to see him. I want to see him like winning the ball back for us, being a bit stronger, and just getting on it and just get us motoring and getting us ticking and just really use this area of the football pitch really, really well. Like link up with Luca Dean a little bit more and just link up with the whole midfield. So I think what I'm trying to say is that I just want to see more from him. Midfield wise, I want to see him dropping in here a little bit, helping out a little bit, and then spurring us and countering and just having a real good game. So I've got a good vibe about him at Spurs. I think he can do well against Spurs, and I'll show you why in a second. I'm going to stick with McGinn. I felt like he had a decent game as well. I think he had a sort of a 6.5 out of 10 performance. So now it's about going up another level, keeping some consistency, building on this performance he had against Liverpool, because he was winning the ball back well. He was doing well in central midfield. He was getting on the end of crosses. Let's start finishing them. He's getting in the right areas. He's drifting into this area a little bit more. We're starting to see him picking up positions where he plays against Scotland. So I think there's signs of John McGinn having a good end of the season. But now it's all about having the consistency, and some of the players that did well against Liverpool backing it up now with an even better game. And there's no doubt in my mind we can get something from this game. So I'm sticking with McGinn. We're going to go with Leon Bailey. Now, what I'm going to say about this area of the pitch is that this area here is so important against Spurs, because what they've got to do is occupy their three centre-backs. Occupy their three centre-backs, drag their three centre-backs out of position, because Spurs will have a bit of the ball. Their fullbacks will be high. So when we transition from defence to attack quickly, we have to drag those centre-backs. So what I mean by that is Leon Bailey starts in this central area here, drags one of their centre-backs out wide. McGinn goes inside there. That is a tactic which I think we need to employ against Spurs. We see Leon Bailey drifting out wide. It's important that these players here help and support quickly. And that is a way in which I feel like we can win this game if we can occupy their three centre-backs. So Leon Bailey starts in this game for me. And then up top, again, Ollie Watkins, again, should have a good game against Spurs. Should be able to run the channels well. If we can hold the ball up well and bring McGinn and Buendia into the fold, then I think, again, we can get a little bit of joy against Spurs. So I've got a little graphic here that I've made. And I don't see, the thing is with this graphic, which I'm going to share for you, is that they're from two separate games, okay? So this graphic here now is from two separate games. So what we've got is we've got the Spurs average positions against Brentford, and we've got the Villa average positions against Liverpool. So what I think this shows me, especially, is if you have a little look at, If you have a little look at their three centre-backs here, here, and here, we've got Perisic and Doherty, who have gone high. So they're really pushed on. So what I was saying about Leon Bailey and dragging players out of position is, if Leon Bailey makes this run out wide here, it is going to enable their centre-backs to have to move across, which would then give McGinn space to run inside, Watkins space to run inside, and also Buendia to able to support as well. So I think when their fullbacks are high, it's important that we counter well, we counter into the space, into the channels, we get bodies forward. The midfield will be important because you've got Luis and Kamara, you've got Højbjerg in there as well. So you've got their two central midfielders here. So again, McGinn's got to help support midfield. Buendia's got to help support midfield as well. But I just thought I'd show you how the two have matched up in two separate games, how Villa's shape could look, and the space in which Villa can find themselves. Look at this, the pocket here, where Perisic goes forward. You've got Doherty going forward. There's a space here and here, and I think that's where we can really exploit. It's important that when Son and Kane are forward as well, we just watch out for the through balls. We watch out for them breaking forward quickly. But, you know, I feel like we can get something from the game, Villa fans. I really, really do. So if we go back and just have a quick look at the team that I've picked, what you guys can do at home as well is, once you've picked your team, you can click this little tweet icon here and it will share your teams onto social media as well. So this is the team that I have gone for, barring Martinez not being back. I think it's a strong lineup. I think it can get something from the game. So cheers, everybody, for watching. Thanks for supporting the channel, and up the Villa. And I'll speak to you all very, very soon. Up the Villa.